which is in year number 8. And we have an article here that was in the paper in July, and there's very important information for you folks. So I've asked somebody to read it to us.
People stop eating meat for a variety of reasons, but primarily to improve their health or to express compassion for animals. When they take this step, they become either a vegetarian or a vegan. What is the difference between the two? While the vegetarian removes all animal flesh from his diet, he nevertheless continues to eat foods produced by animals, eggs, dairy products, and honey. A vegan's diet is entirely plant-based. He or she forswears eating all animal products and even avoids using anything made from animal skins. Many vegans feel that it is cruel to take the milk from the cow, the egg from the chicken, or the honey from the bee. If you are interested in making the transition to a vegan or vegetarian diet, check out the following websites: pcrm.org, vrg.org, veganhealth.org, americanvegan.org. Jokes.
Joke, good.
1. Glendora thinks being married to an archaeologist is a good thing. The older you get, the more interested in you he gets. 2. A dog, a cat, and a bird all died on the same day. They all went to heaven. God asked the dog, "Where do you want to sit?" The dog said, "On your left side." God said to the bird, "Where do you want to sit?" The bird said, "On your right side." God asked the cat, "Where do you want to sit?" The cat said, "I think you are in my chair."
The thing about wearing a mask, folks, is that you can't see people laugh. And that's one of the nicest things you can see in life. People smile and people laugh. So that's one negative aspect of wearing a mask. Now, I think there's another article that I'd like to have you folks read, or have read to you. Go ahead if you would, please.
Recently, neighbors Sandy and Andrew were cleaning out their kitchen drawers. One cupboard was full of papers, and Andrew began reading one of them. This is what it said. A man who lived in the village of Nassau was a salesman. One day, he said, he was going to Post-and-Kill. This was in the year 1918. His wife pleaded with him not to go to Post-and-Kill because many people there were sick with the flu. The man said, "If I'm meant to get the flu and die, then I will get the flu and die." He went on Monday morning and was home by noon. On Tuesday, he became ill with the flu. On Friday, he died. The next Tuesday, his wife died, and the following week, their small daughter died. How many times do we have to be told? 99 years later, history is repeating itself.
Yeah, isn't that a good point? And isn't that something? Does that grab your heart? It certainly does mine. Now here's another article, folks, from the Advertiser in southern Rensselaer County.
The elderly father of a friend of mine was walking into a grocery store with his wife. Suddenly, he lost his sight in one of his eyes. The doctor diagnosed that the vision loss was caused by plaque buildup in his carotid artery and that the damage was permanent. What is plaque? It is chicken fat or other animal fat. 2 weeks later, this man had an operation to pull the plaque out of his artery. Folks, don't let this happen to you. Abstain from all animal products and their plaque, that is, cholesterol. Help Glendora get the message out. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how you treat others. Others include animals. Go vegan, no animal products.
That's the message, folks. Help us get it out, would you please? Now, how did the man make out in the hospital? Very well. The operation went well. They got the plaque out. And then he went down for a checkup. And they found out that the plaque is out and the blood is flowing and there's no more danger of a clogged up artery. So he's doing well. I'm sorry he got into all this medical go around, but that's the way it stands. Now we have another article.
As we browse the internet, we get the impression that coronavirus emanates from animals in China. Is this not a patent reason to avoid eating animals? Another reason is to eat healthy, period. That means plant-based foods. Eating animal products is not healthy. You need to eat plant-based foods to protect yourself from this virus. This is how you build your immune system to defend yourself. We get the impression that there are several types of this virus. It is horrifying that our brothers and sisters, cousins and friends are being taken from us. Even a dozen would be appalling, but 200,000? Please, only what you can do. Avoid animal products.
Okay. Folks, I have made an ultimatum that I am not going to leave the Happy House 3. That's how I will contribute to the healing from this virus. I will not leave Happy House 3. And when anybody comes to see me, I will put on the mask. And another thing about wearing the mask, a good thing about it, is that it covers up 3/4 of my face and you don't have to look at it. I would like to have a box of gloves outside of my door. And I wish when people would come in, they would put on my gloves because they're brand clean. But I'm unable to persuade people to do that. I have a couple of meditations I would like to leave with you. One is water. We're so thrilled with the abundance of water. Isn't the earth 2/3 water? Isn't our bodies 2/3 water? Aren't our bodies 2/3 water? And you have these huge quantities of water like the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Hudson River. And what do we have, folks? Water pumped into our homes. Water pumped into our homes. You turn on a faucet and you have cold water. You turn on another faucet and you have hot water. Do you have to carry it in? Do you have to heat it up? No. And where does it come into our homes? The bathroom sink, the bathroom shower, the kitchen sink, water to wash, and water to drink. Don't you think that's a grand thing to be thankful for? Another meditation I had and wanted to share with you was the heartbeat. Take a clock and put it to your ear and just listen to it for, say, 30 seconds. Do you know that your heart has been beating without one stop all these years? Can you imagine that? Do you know any machine that is perpetual motion? But your heart is. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And all these years, it has been beating quietly and unintrusively. In my case, 92 years and 3 months. Now, isn't that amazing that there could be something existing that would go all those years and never stop once? Another thing about your heart, folks, is that he tells you when you're going to come into this world and he tells you when you're going out. And so you ask him, am I going out fast and painlessly, or am I going out taking a long time and painfully? And you ask him when it's going to be. Is it going to be May 1st, 2021 at 93? Is it going to be May 1st, 2092 at 94? And another thing about your heart is a final decision maker. And add to all of that the joy, the thanks. Who gets the credit? Your heart. You don't get the credit. Your heart gets it. Who gets the praise? Who gets the thanks? Okay, I wonder if somebody could shut off the camera and we'll get out to jokes. We want to leave you with a laughing mood. We'll get out the jokes and we'll read you some jokes. Could somebody just shut off the camera for a while? You hear those jokes that were in the advertiser?
The farmer down Maine, who was something of a hermit, was inundated one Sunday afternoon by a large group of relatives. They all stood around in the kitchen, as they do in Maine. One got up enough courage to say, "It seems there are not enough chairs." The farmer said, "Yeah, plenty of chairs, just too much company." In the northern woods of Maine, a camping party was hopelessly lost. One camper said, "You told us you were the best guide in the state of Maine." "Well, I am, but right now I think we're in Canada." This donut is so hard it could walk over and say hello to the coffee, but the coffee is too weak to answer. An older brother was trying to teach his younger sister subtraction. He said, "If you had 6 pieces of candy and I asked you for 2, how many would you have left?" She stared him straight in the eye and said, 6. A college president was relieved of his duties. At his final address to the Board of Trustees, he said, "I leave this position exactly the way I entered it, fired with enthusiasm."
Good going. Then I think we have one about cookies. You know, the Family Dollar has packages of cookies. They're delicious, and they're 1.5 dozen, and they're just $1. Well, folks, you can bring those cookies home and warm them up in the oven. And if you burn them just a tiny bit, people will think they're homemade. Then we have the joke about the girl who was noisy in church, and the mother whispered something into the little girl's ear, and the girl calmed right down, right to the end of the service. "Well, what did you whisper in her ear?" "I told her, if you make a rumpus, the priest is going to lose his place and start the sermon all over again." You got any more?
River.
Oh yeah, the young preacher was preaching against drinking beer. He said, "If I would like to take all of the beer in this town and I would like to take it and pour it into the river." And the next hymn was, "We'll all gather at the river." Another one?
Draw God.
Again?
Draw God.
Sorry.
Draw God.
Oh, the assignment was to draw a picture of God, and the boy handed in this picture, a very elaborate vehicle, and then a man in driving the vehicle had a very elaborate costume, chauffeur's costume, and in the back seat were a man and a woman very scantily clad. Well, what is this? This is God driving Adam and Eve out of the garden. Any more?
1. Active in church.
Is your husband active in church? Yes. He fidgets, squirms, and wiggles. Is that it?
That's it.
Well, that's it. Just remember that what we're saying, when all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how you treat others. Animals are others. And the thing that we want the most, prayer, is a constant reminder to be selfless, to put away the self. Don't you see, folks, that would take away the three problems that we have right now: the virus, the contumely, the vituperation that's going on in Washington, D.C., and the riots. Don't you see they would all go away? Now, I think I'll just say this again as our parting thought. Prayer is a constant reminder to be selfless, to help others. Grace and peace unto you from God our Father.